Welcome to this video on how to bomb successfully in B-17, the mighty 8th Redux. Step 1 is plan your route. This is the bomber campaign, and as such you can't actually make any changes to the mission waypoints from the briefing room. You can, however, make changes once you're in the air. The primary target for this mission is Brest Harbour, and here are the mission waypoints. However, when you check the recon, and bearing in mind the recon plane always flies over targets in an easterly direction, we can see that the ideal approach is going to be from the east-northeast. So we want to move the initial point to be somewhere in the flak zone to the east of the target. And we can do that once we're in the air. I've got the initial point now where I want it to be. I'm going to bomb from a relatively low altitude, 15,000 feet, and that's because I've got the weather set to severe, so there's likely to be some cloud cover over target. The other thing to do here is make sure you avoid sharp turns as you egress. It's really important to correct for navigation errors for the duration of your flight. To do this, you need to be able to see some distinguishing features on the ground. Then locate those features on the map and move your plane accordingly. Make sure you repeat this process regularly, and especially after using time skips.
From Navigator. City of London down there, guys.
It's not always easy when there's cloud cover, but persevere because small navigation errors can cause big problems for the bomb drop. As we'll see in this example, I'm about to hit the initial point for the bomb run, but my navigator is way off. There's a very clear bend in the river here, which corresponds to this point on the map here.
Pilot from Navigator. Your new heading is 221. Repeat, 221.
It's really important to correct for this so that you're in the right position to start the bomb run. I should have checked the weather forecasts after I reached the decision point. There are storm clouds over the primary target, but I'm gonna stick with it anyway. Once you've passed the initial point and started the bomb run, you need to measure the drift angle. In my experience, the drift angle is usually somewhere between ±5 degrees. You might need to wait for a break in the clouds before you can do it. Try to set the dial so that the scenery is moving parallel to the white lines. The plane will move around a bit, especially if there's flak, so just get it as close as you can. In this example, it's looking like a very small negative drift, maybe -2 or -3. You then need to compare that with what the Bombardier has, bearing in mind the Bombardier drift value should be the opposite. Here the Bombardier has a drift of positive 3.6,
Crew from Navigator. That's the city of Brest now.
and I'm just going to reduce that a little bit. When that's done, drop into the Bombardier's action view and synchronize the crosshair to the target. If you've done the navigation well and set your drift accurately, your target should be almost dead ahead. The harbour buildings are just about visible and I'm going to lock onto them. Once you've locked on, you then want to synchronize the crosshair to the target. That means making small adjustments to the drift and/or the rate in order to maintain the position of the crosshair on the target. The cloud is obscuring the target, but I can just about see the edge of some of the buildings. This is an iterative process, so once you've made some adjustments, reacquire the target, check if you're synchronized, and then repeat the process as necessary. If you do have cloud, you can still use whatever scenery is visible to check if you're drifting left or right. I've reacquired the target one last time. I'm just going to make some small adjustments now to stay synchronized. When you're very close to target, try to avoid making any large adjustments. There we are, bombs landed on target. Damage estimate is high. Hope that's been useful. Thanks for watching.